Okay, this is going to be a short video for game narrative design. And the previous video, we're using the same Outer Worlds initial uh, game. A new one just came out recently. This is the original Outer Worlds, and it is by Obsidian, who's known for their pretty sharp narrative and character design in RPGs. This is a role playing game. And what I want to do is go through a little side quest that the player got when they first arrived in town from the town gravedigger to collect fees from various residents uh, that they kind of prepay before they're buried. So we have several people that are late or missing in their fees, and my character is going to have to go through and collect the fees. Okay, so what we're going to look at is, let's look at the quest here. This is a journal. So, local gravedigger, we're going to have to collect the fees. They've given us a list of people to talk to. This is a good early quest that you can get right away in the game because it introduces you to the town and some of the characters, but it also gives you a good sort of world building set of narrative pieces that give you a more full, a more complete view of the game world. This is a corporate game world, so you're in an environment where you're on another planet, you're in a town owned by a corporation, in this case, Spacer's Choice, and this is a company town, and the corporation runs everything. The residents of the town all work for the company, and so we're going to get more of a world-building narrative based on this, based on your character interacting with various citizens. So let's go out here. Okay, they've given us a list of location markers, and if I look at my map, it shows me where to go. So I can talk to these guys, and based on my decisions and the direction of the dialogue, it will change a little bit of the narrative. So let's go talk to this guy.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Okay, now.
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Okay, so notice the choices I'm giving. Collect your fees, prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
Okay, so let's go straight to the collect your fees.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Okay, so I can take various options here. And again, part of this is allowing the player to define their role here. And a lot of these will cycle back in terms of dialogue choices. But notice how we're given a choice here. You can just say, I don't care, pay up. Uh, you have a very loose definition of the word propensity, prosperity, and
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
okay, so now I can, what if I give Silas an IOU? Or I could ask more questions about the characters. So it's given me the option to.
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Okay, again, I can leave or I can ask for more information.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
All right, leave conversation. Leave. So notice, again, it's not going to make a lot of difference which one I pick. All right, I don't have time for this. All right, let's go talk to somebody else. And the other one we want is, let's see, I think it's over here. All right, so notice that's communicating some information about the world and about the characters. Okay, let's talk to this guy.
I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Okay.
Didn't nobody ever tell you to never impress yourself between a man and his muttering? Which is, by the way, a normal and healthy mode of expression.
Okay. How about, so I'm here, I'm not, so you're Martin Abernathy.
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
Okay, so here.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Okay, so notice I can now lie to the character. This gives me a chance to, and based on my persuasion ability, my character ability, this will work. Sometimes it won't. Let's try it and see what happens.
Sounds like he's already told you.
Okay.
May as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
Pay me so I can get out of here.
I am? Law, help me. Paranoia is one of the plague's known symptoms. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Okay, so now I get a possibility of another quest here. Okay, so let's say, why do you think I'm a freelancer?
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it. Wasn't trying to insult you.
Okay, why would I be insulted?
It was just you ain't one of us. A spacer, I mean. Stands to reason you got no company looking after you. Not your fault, though. Even freelancers gotta eat. And if that means they must scratch some bits out of odd jobs, who am I to judge them? At least you're not a deserter.
Okay.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Okay, I got some questions.
Do what I can.
Why can't you just buy it yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy. It is what it is. Town's got a limited supply of medicine. Medicine better spent on a body stronger and younger than mine.
Okay. Notice how the player's given the chance to participate in the narrative. So this guy's given me various phrases and background, and I can choose which way to go in this. So as you develop the story that this game is based on, you need to think about these different assumptions and these different directions. And as you describe the story parts, the story pieces, you need to think about the surrounding options. So a lot of times when you're building the narrative, you may get to the point where, okay, I'm going to ask this question. What's the world like? What sort of answers would these characters give as they're living in this particular world? What makes sense, and so forth.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
Okay.
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
All right, I've heard
So
enough.
you'll do it then?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Okay, you're taking an awful risk trusting me.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
All right. So I got a quest from this guy. He doesn't seem to have very much. I can steal it. Okay, well, forget it. All right,
Making a
now
mistake working for Abernathy.
I get somebody that, let's talk to her.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Okay, so I have a medical background. I can take the conversation in that direction. Again, this option wouldn't have showed up unless I set my character abilities to certain pieces. So I've given the medical level for my characters so they can actually, they'll get this option on the dialogues. So again, I need to think about, in terms of the story and the dialogue, what abilities does my character have in these kind of games? Okay, let's just ask her what we need it for.
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Okay, let's just persuade her.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Okay, so I get it. You need somebody to smuggle you medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. That's all I can ask of you.
Okay. All right, so that's another one. I got a little bit of money. Okay, let's do the last one here. And again, remember, this is just a side quest. Now let's go this direction. Let me run a bit. All right, so notice you're getting a better narrative picture of the world. So let's go into the company. This is the canning company that cans salt tuna, and that's what everybody does here. So let's go to vending machine. I can buy and sell stuff, which I'm not going to do at this point. So let's go up here. I think this person is up here. Ah, there she is. No. Where is she? Ah, here we go.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Okay, I'm collecting fees.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Okay. You have to pay your neighbor's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Okay, must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
But you said it was closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a rather dystopian corporate world. And you're getting not just character development, you're getting world development through these dialogues and these quests. This whole thing is a side quest. Let's go back to let's go back to Silas, the gravedigger, and we will go back to Silas, and let me get back out here. Let's see. Steel. Oh, there's somebody. want to be careful about stealing. They'll come after you. Okay, let's go back here. Starting to get dark. Let's go. This guy is not going to give me any money, so let's ignore him. Let's go talk to Silas. All right, now we go to a loading screen. Let's run over and talk to Silas and see what's going on. Digging graves because of the plague.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? You run into any trouble?
Conrad says he can't afford.
Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room.
Are you suggesting extortion?
That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Okay. Good deal. Oh, all right. So, as you can see, the story is going to be a lot more complex than what we've seen. We've just seen one little quest. The quest is going to tie into other parts of the story. So as you're plotting out the game story, once you get to the plot points, you have to figure out how you're going to illustrate these in the game. In this particular RPG, we're going to illustrate these by using dialogues with characters, quests, side quests. But the quests have a purpose. They're not just sort of random quests. I mean, the quest will give the player experience. They'll introduce the player to the world and the characters. And the quests are going to be laid out as small little narrative stories, but also have to be tied into the larger game story and the game world. So in this particular case, you can see, this is the world that our player is now in. So, oops, let's put that up. We don't want to get into a firefight with the guards. Okay. So, let's save the game. All right. So, one of your upcoming assignments is going to be to take a general game story and then start plotting out sections. And in the sections, you're going to come up with some smaller quest level stuff. And we're going to do this with a purpose. In other words, why am I doing the quest level section? Plot out the quest level stuff and then start linking all this together. We also need to get some tools together to keep track of the dialogue, the character status, especially in RPG games. So as I talk to various characters, my answers are going to affect my relationship with the characters, my own property relationships, and so forth. So all of this stuff needs to be tracked. And, there's a lot of different ways to do it. An Excel spreadsheet is one way to keep track of everything, both the dialogues and the stats for my character and the stats for the NPCs.